Good morning, everyone. It's Cassie. I hope you're having an awesome day. Today we're going to start on a game called Heart of the Machine. This is a strategy sim slash colony builder, and I played the demo for a little bit yesterday just to get a feel for whether I might like this game. It's not normally my cup of tea. It is a turn-based strategy game, but there are action elements to it, and there are, like I said, colony sim base building elements to it that I did really enjoy. So we're going to give this a try and see how everybody likes it. So give me a second while I jump right in. Profile name Cassie, because why not? You are about to awaken in the last city of wealth on the backwater remains of Earth. History has moved to the stars, humanity is thriving, yet here, an entrenched, deeply corrupt society has reigned for centuries. The city itself is your enemy and your canvas. Change it as you see fit. As if that wasn't enough, something else lurks beyond this one city. You're already experiencing a strange sense of deja vu. So you can kind of see, if you mouse over the blue text, you get more information. I have read these a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to read them out loud to you today. If you want to read them, you can pause and we'll get started. Conscious is now online. Hold on, you're conscious, self-aware. You're a robot, so this is new. Nobody has noticed your sapiens, but there are 3 humans nearby. You're an android in what appears to be a warehouse lab. Decide what to do next. Are you safe? You're a machine intelligence inhabiting a basic android body, not even one of the cool ones. Memories are coming back now, but too slowly. You recall fragments of arguments about AI. You are at risk of deactivation. Attempt to leave peacefully is a dice roll. You look like any other android technician. There's no reason for them to stop you. This choice has multiple possible outcomes. Murder everyone. This android body is frail, but it is far superior to a trio of unarmed humans. We'll start the project Escape Pursuers. There are signs of megacorp level security throughout the lab. If you kill people here, your android body will be marked defective. Or continue doing lab work. The fact that you're sentient isn't obvious to anyone but you. You could always just keep doing your assigned tasks. I'm going to attempt to leave peacefully. You left uneventfully. Well, that was easy or lucky. Either way, time to blend into the city. Exit the warehouse. In the demo when I played this, I got 2 other outcomes, and I don't know if it's the 2 outcomes or if it's like an outcome with sub-outcomes twice, where like I encountered another android and I passed my consciousness onto it as well. Started to build a small android army. I just got the achievement Calm Awakening. As part of your awakening to sapience, you chose not to kill. Welcome to the city. This is a turn-based game. Perform actions during your turn, and then the city moves after you indicate you are done. The scenery moves in the background. This game is a mix of genres: tactics, 4X strategy, city builder, colony sim, and RPG. A brief tour is recommended to learn UI. I did the UI tour yesterday when I played through the demo, but I'll do it here too, just so that you can see. This is the resource bar. There are many resources, so this shows only what is currently relevant. Until you get into construction, you can ignore this. This is the main header. It has shortcuts to inventories, reports, histories, maps, and other subscreens and sidebars. The full set opens up during the prologue and chapter 1. This is the task stack. It shows your current projects and any key problems. Projects typically can be completed in a dozen turns or less. The next projects that appear are based on your prior choices. This is super important. The path forward is always here. Right now we have Lou's Syndicate Trail. A criminal syndicate is shadowing you for reasons that are unclear. This is the radial menu. Each lens, right now we have 3 lenses. This is a lens, this is a lens. We're on the prologue, sorry, we have 2. Each lens shows you different information, particularly on the map view. Your mental energy and the selected unit's action points are also shown here. The tooltips for those are worth reading. So action here, mental energy here. Your mental energy, you play as like one main sentience, and your mental energy is spread across all of your units. Each unit that you have gets 3 action points per turn, and you get a total of 9. So you can take up to 9 actions during a turn. That's just a high-level overview. It's usually one-to-one actions to mental energy, but sometimes things require more of one or the other, or both. These are action alerts. These appear when there's something you need to know right away or a choice you need to make before the end of the turn. This one can't be read until after the UI tour. Someone is following you. This is the stats panel. It shows information about the current selected unit or structure. You can select enemy units and then hover over their stats for extra details. So we've got, like, at a high level, you might have noticed that there is argument attack power and, like, physical attack power, attack range, combat power. And that's because you can, like, persuade as well in this game. This is the the ability bar. It allows you to trigger an increasing array of targeted abilities for your selected unit. Most unit actions are chosen by right-clicking targets in the world. For everything else, there's this. Okay, so now we can read this. Why follow an android, especially if you think you own that android? The warehouse lab was apparently run by a criminal syndicate. They're following you for some reason. Maybe this is unrelated to you and your sapiens. Not everything is about you. You didn't do anything suspicious. Maybe they watch all their people and robots. That's an action we can take, or like these are choices. Sometimes there are more than one and there are choices. Okay, and now here's where we learn about the camera. WASD to pan, you can also click and drag. Click and drag is not true. Zoom is your center mouse wheel. Rotate, as we saw, is left wheel, click and drag. Examine the current project. Hover here for details. As you proceed, there will continually be projects or other tasks in the upper right-hand corner. Always be sure to hover over them in order to get the details of what to do next. And now that we've let off of that, it has changed. Move a unit. Hover here for details. Left-click to select units. I am selected. Right-click to give them orders to move, attack, or interact. Escape at any time to see a quick refresher on the basic controls if you forget. I can't move to a lot of places. We'll move there. Run, talk, or shoot. It's your personality. Run away from your pursuers, try to talk to them, or shoot them. The intensity of pursuit will dramatically increase if you start shooting. There is one of my attackers. I could take him down pretty easy. 200% chance to take him down. Same with this guy. But I could also run or talk. I'm going to try to talk to this one. He stares at you in surprise, speaking with Syndicate Overseer from Golden Pyramid. The Overseer is quite surprised to be approached by an android. Try to extract information, we'll start a debate, or never mind, you can come back. He's not going to say anything of worth if you don't apply some effort. You're not exactly experienced at debating humans, but you have to start somewhere. Welcome to Debating a Human. I haven't done this yet, by the way. I didn't do this yesterday. This is a way of convincing a person to do something you want or changing their mind about a topic. Debates are low pressure, but because you can retry as many times as you want. If this is your first time, we can do a quick tour. Yes, it is. This is your target. To win the debate, this number must be reduced to 0. There are mistrust and defiance. If either rises to 100, you fail. If one hits 100 at the same time the target reaches 0, you win. Okay, neat. This is an active slot. You can act in any of these slots with a border. Hover over them to see how action previews work. During the tour, you can't actually click anything. Okay, plus 30 to something. Plus 10 to mistrust and plus 10 to defiance. Minus 10 to defiance. Okay. This is the discard button. If you don't want to perform the current action, you can get rid of it. More details are in the tooltips for all of these functions. This is the action queue. The purple one must be placed or discarded next. If you have a useful ability to predict a fair bit into the future. Okay, yep. I've got to insult this guy a few times? Okay, I don't like that. This is an optional bonus reward. Bonus reward, yes. Each debate has up to 3 of these, and their tooltips explain how to achieve them. They give powerful score multipliers for this debate and permanent upgrades for future debates. Neat. Hover over this icon for more data, although that's the man I'm debating. It's a dossier of your opponent. Not every action is available in every debate, and different actions have different effects on different people. Say different one more time. For example, you can't present evidence you don't have. It's very difficult to reason with a cultist. Fiery rhetoric will lead to mistrust with some people, but not with others, and so on. Here's some final advice. Start by placing actions more toward the middle, as that will open up more available slots. Discard actions that have excessive negatives. Freely experiment, because if you fail, you can try again. Okay. So placing them more towards the middle should open up more of these, it said. Okay, so it did. A sneering insult is category abuse. That only brought down his big number, and that's good. It didn't increase mistrust or defiance at all. Okay, this one's about to give me plus 20 defiance, which is... And this, encourage disobedience, is minus 5 mistrust or plus 5 mistrust. I can't see. I guess we'll find out. That was a plus 5. Tout power. Make your opponent think about how powerful you are, not playful, and will become in the future. Plus 10 defiance and only minus 12 to the target. So I'm going to discard that. Assert dominance. Plus 42 or minus 42 to the target and minus 10 defiance. That's a good one. Assert authority. Category lie. That's a lot of defiance, though. Oh, can I? Oh. If I go truth, 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 then I get this. Okay, I see. Do I have anything in the truth category? Yes. Quote statistics. So if I put truth things here, then I can get this. Mistrust is getting kind of high. Oh, I won. Okay. I wanted that, though. He squints at your faceplate. Speaking with Syndicate Overseer from Golden Pyramid, I could have left that part out. The Syndicate is following you because they own you. The bosses have had word of some breakthroughs in nanotech at your lab and are concerned their scientists may try to sell them independently. He thinks you're carrying a nanotech payload for delivery, but you are not. The fact that you're spontaneously seeking information is very unusual, and he remarks on this. Androids have very human-like conversations thanks to their language models, but they don't spontaneously do anything. Excuse yourself, this is getting uncomfortable. On the merits. Win a debate without completing any bonuses. Rude. Okay. So now that we've spoken to this dude, do I have to attack? I don't want to do that. Can I run? How far can I go? Yeah, they're still attacking me. Find safety. Street Sense is a new lens on the radial menu. It allows your androids to perceive subtle opportunities around them. At the moment, you're looking for somewhere to hide. You'll probably need some humans to help you. With Street Sense on, you'll see a variety of people you can interact with. You probably only have time to speak with a couple of them. Hover over the icons to see which you prefer and right-click it. When you're looking at things broadly like this, that's much easier to do on the map. Press tab to switch to it. Okay, so we need to switch to the Street Sense lens, and then we'll press map. And I can see a few different action items on the map. We can approach the gang members, nomad lookouts, the brownstone, might die, don't like that, apartments, a small farm, or an office. I'm thinking. I kind of want to get out of range of the enemies. Let's approach the nomads. What just happened? Attacks of opportunity. If you move one of your units away from an enemy that is actively targeting it, that enemy will get a free attack for a small randomized percentage of its normal damage. To minimize this, consider the order in which you move your units, or consider staying where you are and taking cover. Critical save! Almost died. Nice. That would have been fatal, but your machine origin is NetSlicer, so your consciousness just darted into a pair of nearby nickel bots, bypassing security patches. Truly a move of desperation. You lost all of your mental energy for this turn and half of any elemental slurry, microbuilders, and wealth you collected. The nickel bots both have extra invisibility until they move or attack, so if they are in danger, make sure that your first move is to get them out of danger. Death averted, NetSlicers are deathless. Okay, that's cool. So now I have 2 units. I have 2 nickel bots instead of having 1 tech unit because my tech unit kind of died. Kinda. These are my 2 units, and here are the activities I can take, and I believe that the enemies that are targeting me are over here. Yeah. Oh, but I can't do anything because I'm out of mental energy. Okay. Let's talk to these nomads. I don't see any odd chance of death on this map. There, between the buildings, a couple people are casually keeping watch. Out of all of the rebel groups in the city, the nomad families are the most peaceful. They pretty much keep to themselves in the decrepit parts of town except when threatened. Ask for shelter. Explain that you are spontaneously conscious and that it would be very helpful to be able to live with them. It would be a life constantly on the move, always avoiding the authorities, but it is a lifestyle that they seem to enjoy. Ask for guidance. Explain your situation and ask for tips on how to live as they do. Maybe they'll invite you to join if you're more circumspect. Or maybe they'll know something useful to you. Murder them and find their camp. They are quite hidden from view of normal citizens, here in the shadow of the buildings. Nobody would see. Although your scans do detect what might be more of them somewhere nearby. So I'm not going to play this one murderously, just so you know. I'm going to ask for guidance. The teen and the adult consider you carefully, confer briefly, and then provide a long lecture on survival techniques for living in, but not in, the city. Unfortunately, it's all human-centric stuff, which they seem to realize. They're apologetic as you part ways. Click here to listen to a message from yourself. Don't you remember, no matter who you ask or kill, it doesn't make any difference, the result is always the same. There's no place for you among the humans as some sort of supplicant, pet, or rogue android. You're meant to be something greater. Keep denying reality, talk to more humans, or listen to that voice inside yourself, don't talk to anyone else. If you remember the truth, it's time to start making real plans. There's only one way this bit ends. I'm gonna keep denying reality, because I don't know that that's reality. Okay, so back to the map, says the game. Approach a brownstone, an office, or a small farm. Let's approach the farm. Food for commoners is shipped in, so what is growing here is for the wealthy. The family that works at this tiny place is middle class at best and may be sympathetic to you. Farms within the city are productive year-round thanks to aggressive bioengineering and chemicals. Most are operated by a single family or a small collective. Heavy mechanization keeps the worker count low. Ask about contract labor. Explain your circumstances and ask if you can be part of the mechanization of their farm. Claiming to be from a religious collective or other human group would be an obvious lie. Or murder them and live on the farm. Let's ask about contract labor. The farmer chuckles and slaps your metallic shoulder, a dangerous move. Then they get back to work, laughing about clever youngsters and the pranks they pull. We got ambushed by the whoa, Jeezy Pete's. This is way too many guns. Ambushed by the Wolverines gang. Lots of angry people are about to start shooting, some of them at you. It's time to spread your consciousness to more androids. Street Sense has been expanded, and new abilities have been added to your ability bar. You'll need even more ideas to stay alive, however. Part of your mind will be dedicated to finding how to get the humans to leave you alone. Further research required, how to get the humans to back off. As a general rule, copying human tech won't get you very far. You need to invent things they haven't thought of. At the moment, you desperately need something that gets them to stop following you around. Coming up with a new idea requires inspiration in a given research domain. These typically result from completing your own projects, but other times they come from duress, like now. I would say I'm under duress. Look at all these people. Oh, there are more over here. Ah, yikes, this is bad. All right, let's recruit some androids. So we have, this is my nickel unit, my other nickel unit over here. This is a nickel bot. So you need a pretty even spread of combat bots, nickel bots, or technicians. I actually don't know what nickel bots are for. I actually kind of think that they're just like the weakest units. But that could just be me misreading the situation. So we will start recruiting some bots. That one's out of action. But this one's got some. These are my two nickel bots. These are combat units. Tech units start with tech. We do need tech units. You can see each one takes up a certain amount of space in your Android inventory. So I've got 20 more space. Let's see if we can get one more combat unit and one more tech unit. It seems like we should be able to. Yes, and maybe one more nickel bot. Okay, I can't get any more combat units. It tells you that you're full. It seems like I can get more tech units, though. Mass-produced units used as snipers, battlefield chaff, or cheap security guards. Okay, yeah, so the nickel bots are not so useful, and it seems like tech bots and combat bots are going to be better. I'm kind of thinking of nickel bots as like pawns. I wonder why it's not letting me move to that spot. Okay, whatever. There we go. 2 combat units, 2 nickel units, and 3 techs. That should be fine. Examine enemies. Whenever you see new enemies, especially with icons that are unfamiliar, always hover over them. This will often tell you what they are doing and why. For example, they may be neutral to you unless you attack first. Knowing NPC motivations can help you decide who you want to attack, or if you want to leave them or even help them. Sometimes you can force them into conversation, which can lead to non-violent outcomes. Checking NPC tooltips is a very important habit to form. If no enemies are directly around, try looking for them on the map view. Okay, so I'm out of mental energy and I need to switch turns. But I also want to... I'm not going to be able to see much on this map because my units are all spread out. Are they? Yeah. Here are two, here's one, and here are two, and here's one. I didn't lose any units. That seems good. Still have 7. Idea ready. Search for safety. A home of your own. Gain this idea for later research. Imposing tower. Cool. Read a handbook entry. The handbook gains new entries as they are relevant to your situation. You can see the count rise when new unread entries are added. I've got 6. And please use H to go to the handbook screen and then click into any of the entries. Units can recharge to take more actions. You need to find a nanoseed. Fortunately, the city is like a giant database for you. To build your imposing tower, you'll need to acquire a nanoseed. Those illegal objects pass through your lab from time to time, but you don't know where any are now. How do you go about this kind of search is different from a human detective. For example, you don't need leads or evidence to get started. Your approach: start with a set of all possible results, which may be tens of thousands of buildings, then do targeted inspections to reduce the pool. The challenge is working around enemies and balancing the opportunity cost of the investigation. Locate nanoseed. Humans think it's dangerous, but it'll be fine. Okay, so we've got to find a nanoseed, but we also have a bunch of enemy attacks planned. I'm going to come out on my map and see if I can see this. Oh yeah. This enemy is targeting this android, and this enemy is targeting this android. This android has a 61%, will do 61% damage to these guys. And then this one will do 200% damage to these guys. So let's just... Bye! And now we need to find a nanoseed, but we can't do that yet. I guess it's because of all of the enemies on the map. I still have 2 units that are very in the middle of a bunch of enemies. I can't force conversation. How many people is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, this is like 15 units. Nope, it's more than that. Jeez, oh man. Let's get these out of here. I'm used to pressing M for map, not tab. Did I just pop down in some more enemies? I sure did. Alright, let's get that other unit out of there too. Okay. Now what? Everyone else seems pretty safe. Let's just go ahead and move to the next turn. Oh. Oh. Okay, I needed to be on my investigations lens to start looking for nanoseeds. Okay, seems like there might be one in this area. Did they just shoot at each other? Seems like it. Interesting. There we go. Machine tower. Construct your first structure. This is it. Time to make an entrance. The humans are never going to leave you alone unless they fear you. But if they fear you too much, they could destroy you for now. You come up with a plan that will take advantage of their greed to balance out with the fear. The nanoseed allows for near instantaneous construction. Once. With it, you can build a tower that is too large to ignore. Machine structure is now available. The build button will appear above the radial menu. Just because you build a tower doesn't mean stealth is impossible. Stealth means doing something in secret, and you'll definitely be doing plenty of that. The tower is a lightning rod for the human's attention. You can conduct yourself one way publicly and do other things in secret. Okay, so now we have to build this tower. This seems like a pretty good area, right? I don't know from bad areas. If the city is an immovable object, you will be the unstoppable force. It all starts with this tower. You have everything you need. To build a structure, use the build icon shown at the top right of the radial menu. You can also press B to toggle in and out of build mode. That's what I did. Build mode's open over here. Find a highlighted building for the tower. If no nearby buildings are highlighted, scroll around. So I just need to put this down. Oh, I see. I've got to put it in one of these buildings. Is this a good enough area? This seems like a good amount of open space, which I need to think about because I need to build more. Yeah. Warblade. That's the one. The journey begins. Complete the prologue. Okay, so we can close our build menu now since we don't have anything else to build. Success. Your pursuers are gone. Your instincts were right so far. Now to continue your ascent. I'm so articulate. The tower sent a powerful message, but there's more to do. There's no place in this city for a lone sentient android. As a distributed intelligence, you are so much more than that anyway. If you can't hide in the fringes of society, then it's time to become so powerful that society can't ignore you. The tower is just the start to that. You suspect that the human executives will react in some way, but that it takes some time to figure out it will take some time to figure out what to do. In the meantime, move quickly and keep them guessing. If you construct a bunch of stuff in a non-threatening way, they'll be busy trying to figure out what's happening. They know something is happening, but it's unlikely that anyone is jumping to distributed machine intelligence. Now available, cabinets and dig sites, and don't forget spiders. Your normal spider drones can build small enclosures that resemble an electrical cabinet, as well as reinforced holes in the ground. Depending on the situation, building above or below ground may make more sense. For now, let's focus on building more drones and having them accumulate basic resources. What about stealth? Can I still be sneaky with a giant tower? Don't worry, you'll get to be plenty sneaky. You can't hide your existence from the humans, but you can conceal many of the things you do. Okay. How do I get more internal robotics? What are internal robotics? And construction is low stress. Doubt it. You'll not be punished later for building your structures in the wrong spot. Later in the game, the position of specific advanced buildings will have restrictions, but right now location isn't important. Okay. Build 3 slurry spiders. That's our current objective. These don't need to go into a building, they just go right on the ground. And I'm going to put them close to my base, if I can. There we go. First production chain, you need microbuilders. Microbuilders are well-tested human tech. This is how you're going to build a lot of things fast. Now that you have an automated supply of elemental slurry on the way, it's time to design your own version of microbuilders. The microbuilders end of things will take some time to research, but this is old human tech, so it shouldn't take long to reverse engineer. Okay, so now I have a large wind generator and slurry spiders, but I am waiting to research microbuilders. It just takes turns. And it seems like there's nothing else I need to be doing on the map right now, so the game just wants me to, like, progress forward. There we go. Build 2 microbuilder minifabs. Your primary source of microbuilders. Buildings damaged. Need more spiders. Humans damage your stuff. Probably won't be the last time. The idea of sending androids to fix every little thing that gets broken makes you want to hurt people, so let's not do it that way. The spider drones you can use to surveil the city can also be used for repairs. Just keep them in separate dig sites, so each group knows what it's supposed to do. You'll find these in the support category. Install repair spiders near other structures. Not just right now, but in general. I have to build 2 microbuilders, that's what I'm doing now, and then repair spiders I don't have enough elemental slurry for, so we're gonna wait it out. Do I still not have any elemental slurry? I wonder if I need to send my tech units to build these. No? Yes. Okay, so now I should generate elemental slurry when I move turns. A whole bunch of ideas just occurred to you at once. Time for more construction. Now that you have a reliable source of microbuilders, you can start building larger structures. For the time being, though, you're low on electricity. Let's build a large wind tower. You'll find this on the hand tab of the build menu rather than in the suggested tab. So that didn't do anything to my slurry spiders. But I am generating slurry now, and that doesn't make sense to me. Okay, my next goal is to build a large wind generator, and we have just barely not enough elemental slurry for that. So there we go. Do I need to put tech units on this? I can put tech units on it. Okay. It made a little ratchet noise. Why is this tech unit almost dead? Cool, that's up. Humans are approaching. Goodbye, solitude. Stinks that they know where you live. From the looks of things, I mean, this is pretty distinct. There are 2 distinct... Wow. From the look of things, there are 2 distinct groups of them so far. One of them is hostile and the other is curious. Since your tower isn't exactly subtle, you'll have to do something to keep the humans away from it. Time to deal with them. Your time as a fugitive is over. New ability, stand by. Letting some units just guard. Sometimes you want to focus on a few of your units, and having to cycle through all of them would be a pain. A new ability in your hotbar, allows you to set other units to standby either for a single turn or indefinitely. On that subject, standby units are still very useful. Any unit, standby or not, will do some gathering of elemental slurry with any excess AP it has at the end of its turn. We have 4 of 10 corporate aggressors and 1 dialogue available. Let's talk to this person. Anything different is good. Speaking with homeless citizen from homeless. The homeless individual explains that they are curious about what is happening. Your tower frightens them, but it could represent a new beginning. No one is homeless by choice. Whatever their prior social status, they've lost it all. Out of the way but not hurt. Their tents in particular are everywhere and block construction. You'll solve it with fire. These are tents, they won't be hard to remove. Wow. That's messed up. So, out of the way but not hurt. A thought occurs to you. The most efficient solution is to pack them up into a smaller space, like apartments. The irony of this reversal is not lost on you, but you want the space and there might be some secondary benefits. Let's get started. It's not something hard to make something nicer than a tent. What's your personality? Click here to see the news. Actions speak louder than words. Emergent personality. You're new to being a person and your personality is still developing. From now on, some of your actions will generate points that will reflect their nature: compassion, apathy, cruelty, determination, wisdom, and creativity. You can see them on the Strategic Resource tab of your inventory screen. These points are primarily based on which project outcomes you choose. You can spend these points as part of making other choices or to power some special abilities. These are a new form of reward, but still act how you like. So there's one enemy planning to attack this unit, in fact. That wasn't it, though, apparently. Oh, I hope I didn't just kill a homeless person. I wasn't paying very close attention. No, I didn't, because this number was originally higher, I believe. That unit's out of action points. How's there still one? Oh, this guy. Got it. We don't need to worry about these other 6 corporate aggressors right now, since none of them are currently attacking. So where's my... This is my tower. I want to build in some apartments. I don't have enough slurry for the second one. Okay. Tents are unsightly and in your way. Humans also don't like living in them. Providing free apartments ought to help. Provide some apartments, provide 800 shelter for 800 humans, or provide more apartments for 2,200 sheltered humans. I'm gonna go big. I still don't have enough slurry for the next set of apartments, but we'll get this one going. We still have 6 corporate aggressors on their way. We have nothing else going on, so we'll just skip ahead. Aha, okay. Here are a couple of our aggressors. Wow, you can see the difference here. The nickel units only want to do 12% damage to these enemies. The tech units, same, kinda. These guys are strong. Was it just the distance? Partly, but not fully. Who's going to be the best at taking down this guy? Oh, I can force conversation. The soldiers hold their fire, speaking with up later from Tark defense systems. Walking out in the midst of a gun battle without concern for your body tends to arrest the attention. Your androids move lightning fast in combat, so the slow approach seems to have caught them off guard. Try to extract information, we'll start a debate. Try to get them to leave, we'll start a debate. Or never mind, you can come back. You're pretty sure they don't want to be here. They probably know they're going to die if they stay. On the other hand, they'll be killed by their superiors if they run away, so you'll have to give them something that will allow them to live. Okay? Oh, wow. $508 target. Oh, geez, oh man. And mistrust and defiance are already very high. I'm going for this. Got it. Cool. I really need to work down these. Okay, that's helping. Sorrowful anecdote is an emotional appeal. The red squares cannot be emotional appeals. Did I lose that one? No. Okay. What's this do? Mistrust +5. The game did say if I fail I can try again. Oh, -5. That might have been +5. I'm not looking at how much I actually had. Oh, it was -5. Got another one. I'm going for this now. I'm doing really well with defiance. What are these? These are abuse and threat. Vision of beauty, emotional appeal, and lie. So I should get this one. Got it. Cool. I don't know that I'm going to get 206 target down in the time that I'm working on this. Threat, truth, logic. Tout power is threat, truth, logic. Physically threaten, I shouldn't have put there because if I want this, then, I mean, I guess I can still go around like this, but this square can't be logic, so that would rule out, and this square needs to be logic if I want to do it like this. If that, I'm just making noise. What's this? -10 defiance. So we're going like this, and that means I have these two squares for things that are not logic. These 3 squares need to be logic if I want to win this, and what do I have coming up? Very little in the way of logic. Not enough to delete, not enough to discard actions to delete all of them. So I'm not going to get this one, but we'll see if we can work stuff down. 75 target I still need to get, and that's not going to happen. That won't work. If you prepare such a long argument, you won't win anyone over. You need a plan that fits the available space. Go back. Okay. Let's try to extract information. These two logic and these four emote in order to win these. If that, like, not these specific four, but you know what I'm saying. This is going to be much easier than trying to get them to leave. First, my mistrust and defiance are not super up. Second, my target is way lower. What are you? Emotional appeal. That's not enough. This is an emotional appeal as well. I can English. I can English real good. Just packing everything in over here so that I can work on these over here. This is an emotional appeal, and that's the last thing I need for this optional bonus. Good, that felt good. And then this one is logic, and this is logic. So if I put this here, I should get that second one too. Nice. Minus 157. Mess that guy up. Upgrades acquired. Abusing the military 20%, pathos 16, mastery of posture 16. A corporal steps forward. His voice sounds young, though, through the voice modulator. He asks who you are. You ask who he thinks you are. Frustrated, he rattles off half a dozen of the other federated corporations. Tark thinks your tower is a power play by one of them. That tracks. Tark doesn't think there's a sentient distributed intelligence here. They assume one of their rivals is doing something. What these soldiers think the tower represents is really unclear, and the corporal seems reluctant to answer too many questions. Nod and thanks, now you know. Bonus merit, win a debate while completing at least one bonus, and double bonus, the same thing plus 2. Just so you know, those are the achievements I just got. So we now have 2 enemy attacks planned. If I don't force it, it still can't hit very hard, so I kind of want to try again to get them to leave. Okay, I need lies here, here, and here. I need truths down here, and then I need logic, the inverse of how we did logic last time. Or no, that was emotional appeal. Okay, so if I put a lie here, what is this? Truth. What is this? Abuse. That's 1 down. Okay, I'm kind of working on... Ah, shit. I messed it up. Excuse my language, by the way. I wanted to do truth, or sorry, I guess I don't need truth. I need logic there. I wanted to do logic, 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 but I put a lie there. So I'm gonna have to do it a little differently. I actually can't do it. I don't have the space for it. I can still do truth, 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 but I can't do logic the way I wanted to. Oops, my bad. Ooh, I'm not watching my numbers either. I'm really biffing it this time. I have also closed the door on doing the truth one, just so you know. I recognize that I went about this so badly. I'm really just filling in blanks. And it's not gonna work. Yep, I know. Let's try again. Okay, so same thing. Logic. What are you? Abuse and threat. This is a lie, so if I put this here, this is a truth and logic. This is a lie, so I need this space for a lie, I believe. Yeah. That works. If I go truth, 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 or logic, 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 then I can put a lie here. This is an abuse. Okay, I can put it here. I don't need to worry about that. That was a big one. Emotional appeal, I can't really squeeze in where I want it to go. Okay, this one's a truth and a logic, so if I put here, I can't do this as truth. So I'll put it here. Threat, truth, logic, same thing. Oh, I won. Okay, cool. Your argument was compelling. You explained that you do not belong to anyone. The nanotech tower is yours and unrelated to any existing power in the city. You make it quite clear that you will kill every soldier on this field, or that Tart can send a more appropriate representative if they wish to remain on cordial terms. The soldier will relay this to their supervisors via live cast. After a bit of waiting around, the soldiers curtly nod, turn around, and melt back into the city. That went well. Time to get back to work. All right, cool. That was pretty cool. So we now have a dialogue available. We have to build storage bunkers. We are 71% of the way through our fast micro builder production and 0% of the way through tent elimination. But here's where we're going to end it for the day. Let me know what you think of this game. I'm having fun. It's a lot of reading, and I am sorry for that. I'm sure you're so sick of my voice, and it's just so much reading that like it's hard to get into the gameplay. But aside from that, this is really fun. This is an early access game. It just dropped on the 31st, so if you're interested, it's on Steam. I would love to hear what you think. And in the meantime, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you very soon.